Could hydrogen be the power of the future? Well, I think we've all heard that somewhere before. 1920s, 1930s, when those big airships came crashing to the ground. It didn't go well the first time, but technology's moved on, and hydrogen tech is very big business. It's using all sorts of things: coolant, rocket engines, generators, batteries. It really is a good energy product. And as I said, technology has changed a lot, and that's been backed up by big government funding to the tune of billions of dollars around the world. And the sector has taken off more and more projects than ever before. Now, the sector as a whole hasn't been doing all that well in terms of share price performance in the last year or so, but there is a lot of potential there as the world tries to get to zero emissions by 2050. So it could be a good supplement to the energy problems that we have at the moment to try and make for a greener planet. Time will tell on that one, but there are some good stocks out there. So I scoured the planet for, well, quite a while, and I found 20 stocks from all parts and corners of our globe, and I've narrowed that down to 3 of my favourites, so I think you should take a look at. And I've also found 3 ETFs, again with one being my favourite, which we will go through. So with all of that, let's get into that analysis. As you can imagine, there's not too many ETFs around for the hydrogen sector. I found 3 of them. The other 2 I will let you know in the short list that we'll cover at the end of this video with the other stocks as well. But this one has the ticker HJEN, and it's the Direxion Hydrogen ETF. We're looking at a weekly chart for the ETF, and as you can see, really over the last year its performance hasn't been that great, and since the latter part, the fall of last year, down about 37% to today. So hasn't been doing that well, but that is very characteristic of the whole of the hydrogen sector over the last year or so. It's been on a downward move. Why? There's many probably fundamental reasons why that is happening, but technically not looking that great at the moment. So it's the decision to take: do you want exposure to the hydrogen market as a whole through this ETF, and do you think it's now bottoming, and is it ripe for purchasing for a move upwards? So like I say, at the moment not looking great, but there is potential there. So now we've found the ETF, let's take a look at my 3 favourite stocks in that sector. So from my research, and in terms of pure stock market performance, then these 3 are the best of a bad bunch at the moment. They do, like I say, have a lot of potential there, and it depends on how people adopt hydrogen fuel and technology as a product in the future. But like I say, these 3 were my favourites. On the charts here you can see the weekly chart for the stock at the top, and underneath that directly is the daily chart. And we're just going to walk through my 3, and then we're going to look at that short list of the 20 stocks and 3 ETFs to give you a pool of other ideas that you might want to draw upon if you're interested in this sector. So first up is Air Products and Chemicals, based out of Allentown in the US. Now these are a major international gas company working in America, Asia, Europe, Middle East, India, all over the place, and in various sectors within the gas area, and one of them being hydrogen. They're one of the world's leading suppliers of hydrogen and hydrogen for mobility solutions, and it's got a plan to transition its fleet of more than 2,000 trucks to run on hydrogen. It's got a lot of other projects under its wing, even working in China to get homes turned onto hydrogen. So got a lot of potential there. One of the bigger players in the sector, one of the longer term players in the sector. But like I say, currently price, you can see on the bottom chart there daily, pulling down, creating that sort of wedge pattern. Something's going to happen sooner or later. It's either going to break in either direction. So one to watch, but like I say, if hydrogen turns popular, then could be one to keep a close eye on. So next up is Lind PLC, ticker LIN. Now these are a really interesting one. They're a German company headquartered in the UK. They're an industrial gas and engineering company, again global, North, South America, Europe, Middle East, Asia Pacific. They really do cover a lot off here, and they're considered to be one of the leaders at the forefront of the transition to hydrogen. It's built and installed more than 200 hydrogen electrolysis plants and refueling stations, and has one of the largest liquid hydrogen capacity and distribution systems globally. And really you can see by the stock price that they're probably one of the stronger players in the sector. Now, like I said, they're in the UK, they're German, but you can also trade these globally. They're also on the US stock exchange, so you can pretty much get exposure to these guys from anywhere in the planet. And stock price of late sort of wedging like APD before it, but you can see from the weekly chart that uprun much stronger than its competitors. Cummins, another US stock, ticker CMI, based out of Columbus, a leading player in the Nat Gas and battery technologies sector. They also get involved in a lot of other stuff in the energy sector, but for our purposes they are heavily into hydrogen, and they have been supplying one of the world's largest electrolyzers to Spain in a joint venture between itself and Iberdrola to lead that sort of hydrogen push in that part of Europe, Spain, Portugal, and help cement that as a energy source in that area. And it's also acquired Hydrogenics as well. That was back in 2019 to build on its capabilities in the hydrogen fuel cells area, and hopefully along the way develop new products. Now in terms of stock price, it's gone a bit flat, as you can see down the bottom there from the daily chart. It's been ranging for a bit, and we've also, if you go up to the weekly chart, seen that strong trend channel down, but it does have good potential. And again, the choice is yours. Do you think it's now bottoming and about to turn round? If so, it offers some good value. So that's the three. Now let's get on to that shortlist. So first up, let's look what sectors and industries my shortlist fell into. Well, in terms of sectors, the biggest chunk goes to producer manufacturing, 45%, then utilities and process industries, 15% each, and then electronic technology, consumer durables and industrial services. In terms of industries there on the right, it's a bit of a mixed bag, from electrical products being the biggest one there with 30%, industrial machinery, chemical speciality and electric utilities and motor vehicles sharing 10% each, and the rest 5%. And if we then head down on to the symbols that make up the 23 stocks and ETFs, well, we start with some more familiar names. We've got Plug Power, then Bloom Energy Corporation, and then Fuel Cell Energy. They're probably the three most popular in that area at the moment. Then we've got Ballard Power Systems, McPhee Energy, Nel ASA, PowerCell Sweden, AFC Energy, Air Products, which we've seen, Brookfield Renewable Corporation, then over in Japan, Toyo Engineering, then AFC Energy PLC, then Nikola Corporation. Now Nikola's an interesting one. They are a part of the EV brigade. Actually, they do hydrogen trucks, so they're slightly different, but they're struggling as an organisation at the moment, but an interesting one to watch out for. If we scroll down a bit more, we got Ceres Power Holdings, ITM Power PLC, then the two we've seen already, Lind and Cummins, then Powerhouse Energy, DuPont and Hyzon Motors. And then to finish off our 3 ETFs, Direxion Hydrogen, Vanek Hydrogen Economy and Global X Hydrogen. So that is the makeup of the list for you. Hope you find them useful. If you're interested in the hydrogen sector, dig into those and watch them closely. They could be the movers and the shakers in that area over the next months, years, especially if the adoption of the hydrogen sector takes off. So there you go, 3 stocks, an ETF and a whole load of other stocks and ETFs on that short list for you to consider. Be interesting to see where the hydrogen sector, hydrogen tech sector goes to. Let me know in those comments below what you think of my 3 choices for stocks and the stocks on the shortlist. Did I miss any? Would you have put any different into that top 3? Let me know in those comments. Love to hear from you. Or if you want to talk even more in a more detail, join us in our Traders Club on the TheStopHunter on Discord, totally free. All welcome, and I'll put a link in the description below for you to follow there. And also, if you want to trade those stocks, I'll put some broker ideas also down in the description with links for you to follow if you want to get involved with those. So if you liked today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons, and all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, I'll see you in the next video.